Hey everybody, and welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. In today's video, we're going to be doing some ceramic coating. Now, as you can see here, this isn't any one of our race cars, although the race cars do need this kind of stuff. We'll go over why it's difficult to have race cars and why it's so important to use things like this on your race car. Today, we have probably the worst vehicle in our garage that gets a lot of standing water. The hood on this Ram is absolutely horrible for standing water. So we're going to be using this ceramic spray. This is by Torque Detail. I'll have all their stuff linked in the description below. Unfortunately, we can't do any real testing like right now in this part of the video. It will be later on because it says here that it does cure within minutes. However, we recommend 5-hour full cure time for maximum benefits. So we're going to be putting it on the truck, and then later on we are going to be looking at it. So outside, I don't know if you can see outside, but it's looking a bit gloomy. So as much as I don't hope it rains, I kind of do hope it rains, and we can see how well this is shedding water. If it doesn't rain, then we'll just pour some water on it and see how well the water beads up and rolls off of it. There are some people online that have done torture tests and it's held up really well. We're not gonna be doing any torture tests because this is not one that we're gonna be like spraying spray paint or anything like that on to see if this repels it. But this stuff is super easy to put on. We did get this surface prepped, so you want to make sure you clean off all the debris. That's very important. It says right here in the instructions, shake well before use. Decontamination of the surface is very important before applying ceramic spray. Apply to a cool surface, avoid direct sunlight. So we're in a cool area, no direct sunlight. A small amount on a surface goes a long way. And then we're going to use one microfiber rag to put it on, and then we're going to use a second microfiber rag to kind of buff off the residual. So it should be super simple. This does come with a sprayer on the top, so we're going to go swap that out, pop this open, and start applying it to this hood. All right, so here is our spray with the nozzle on the top. It's got a little lock on it. That's nice to have. So we will unlock it and just spray a little bit. And then with a clean microfiber, we'll go over it and just wipe it into the surface. I'm just doing the hood. We're not going to be doing the fenders or anything else like that for right now. Like I said, I do need to hold on to this for the race cars. So I'm probably putting it on a little thin, is what it feels like. Right off the bat though, you can see that it is slightly shinier than it was. So I'm gonna continue to work on this area right here, and then we'll go and do the rest of the hood, and then we will see how well this sheds water. While you're driving around, this has like puddles of water on it, and it drives the owners nuts. So we're gonna see if a little bit of ceramic spray can get rid of that. Well, it's definitely more shiny. I feel kind of bad that I didn't do like a panning shot, like a before and after. This is a 2021, 2019, 2020, a truck in that age range. So it's not like it's got a ton of scratches and stuff on it. We did make sure that we were decontaminated. And then you can just kind of see, even like compared to the fender there, it is slightly glossier. So yeah, we're gonna let this cure, and then we're gonna add some water to it and see how well it sheds that water. But before we do that, I want to talk real quick on these race cars here. So the reason that it's important to have the paint in good enough condition that you can be putting ceramic coating and other waxes on it is because race cars, if you do track builds like these, are difficult to keep maintained when it comes to washing. There's a lot of little things that are just difficult to wash, and you've got vents in the hood, you've got air intakes. On the race car up here, the sunroof is actually gone and the side windows are gone, so you have to be careful where you're washing. So preferably you wash these as little as possible, which is nice on a white car, but on a black car, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. So this ceramic coating is, if everything goes well on the Ram, will be going onto this car next. So that's why it's kind of a pain, and why it's nice to have a race car that's got good enough paint that you can put waxes and ceramic coats on it to keep the water and the dust off your car. And then when you do wash it, you don't have to like do these really big deep scrubs. You're just kind of rinsing the car off. Just something I've noticed over the years, when you have to put a grocery bag over your air intake, a grocery bag or other garbage bags in the engine bay and in the side, and be careful where you're spraying, it's just kind of a pain. So as little as possible, if you can wash it once or twice a year, that would be ideal on a race car like these two. All right, so we're back. It didn't rain outside, so I brought the car back in. We've been having this sit here for, it's probably been sitting here for about 5 hours, just under 5 hours. So I'm actually going to take this cup of water, and I feel really dumb for not showing a before and after on this. I probably should have, because I just wanted to show how much the water puddled up. So I have not tested this yet. There's just a little bit of water here, and we are going to see how well this does with shedding water. So we're going to put it up here. Probably the worst place on this truck is right here in the middle. So we'll just pour a little bit of water up there, and it just all ran straight off. That's pretty crazy, because it normally puddles up there really bad. I mean, like you can see that it's basically all just ran straight down the side of the truck. So it sheds water a lot better than it used to, because none of this would have come off. The majority of this water would have stayed up there. And let's see if we can find a different spot to do this again. So we'll try right here in the front. And you can still see some watermarks where water used to sit on the front. And just like the side over there, the majority of the water just came straight off. We'll just get a bit of a difference here. So there's water sitting pretty stagnant, and you can see the water up here it went down into a stream and it all ran off, and there's just a little tiny line left. So I would say, just based on its water shedding, oh, and you can see how much more slippery the hood is now. Look at that. It was not like that before. Just based on the ability to shed water more than just doing some standard cleaners. That's one of the big upsides to ceramic coating. We are going to be doing a little bit more of the truck. I'd like to do the hood and the roof. The roof on pickups rust because water gets up there and it stays up there. So this is a perfect opportunity to go and do the roof. And then I think the next car, like I said, the next car is to get it on this black one, because that's going to be very important to keep that car clean, where the white one is the same amount of dirty, but it shows more on the black than it does on the white one. So I'm very happy with this. Again, everything will be linked down in the description below. Super easy to do. The hardest part about doing ceramic coating is just making sure that you've cleaned the surface. Whether you clay bar or whatever cleaning process you use, make sure you prep the surface. Other than that, you're just spraying it on, wiping it off. It really is that easy. Thanks everybody so much for watching. Any comments or questions down in the comment section below. Big thanks to Torque Detailing. Really happy with their stuff so far. I've literally just played with it just this small amount of time, and we're not done applying it to the truck or to the race cars yet. So just kind of a initial reaction and test compared to somebody who's been using it for a long time. Somebody like me who's new to ceramic coating, it's been pretty fun to do this little test and see what everybody's been talking about online. So until next time, everybody, we'll see you in the next video.
Bam!